Sagittarius, how are you? Welcome to your weekly reading. Let's go. All right, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What's going on for you this week? What's going on with your connection? That's why you're here. You want to know what's up with them, right? So let's see what's going on in the connection right now. We have Family of Light. So this to me is about our family in the upper realms, in the higher realms, the angelic realms. Our soul family, our spirit guides, right? I feel like the connection may be being supported by this right now, this week, right? And it always is, but for some reason that's coming through extra strong this week. And it could be because of this full moon and lunar eclipse that's occurring on Friday, bringing in some intense energy as Mars is also squaring the moon. So, you know, your family of light is there supporting you. So don't forget that. This also may be a good week to up your meditation game, right? So that you're connecting with your spirit guides. That's something that your person might be doing as well. I just saw 1:44 on the clock. So maybe you or your person or both of you are light workers. That number has significant spiritual meaning. So yeah, just tune in. Make sure you're doing everything that you do in your life to tune in to the higher spiritual realms. So what else is going on in the connection this week, Sagittarius? Yep, igniting creativity. I feel like this has to do with art, painting, music, working with your hands in some way, doing whatever you do, but doing it in a new way. You may even be tuning in and getting new ideas, new downloads about a new project or something that you want to start working on, and maybe using your person as a muse to do that. Like there's a lot of creative energy to be drawn from within the connection at this time. So lean into that. Lean into that. Look for that. Actually, look for ways to be more creative and expressive in this connection. Or as a result of this connection, draw inspiration from it. What else? Let's see. We have patience. This has been a theme that has come up a lot this week for many of the signs. This is, you know, it's what it says, taking things slow, not rushing to judgment, and being in the present moment, allowing things to unfold, and as they do, just being with what is, not with your story about what is, you know, not leaning into the energy of frustration, staying grounded, being patient, and not attaching all of your expectations around timing to this connection will be very beneficial at this time. So let's look at what else is going on between you and your person. So I'm going to pull your energy. I'm going to pull their energy. And I'm going to pull the energy between you two, how you guys are relating at this time. So I feel like both of you are really, so we have Page of Cups, right? We have the Nine of Pentacles. And then we have the Nine of Wands. So I feel like, you know, it's a challenge for you guys to come together at this point. You may even be in a separation, and we'll clarify this energy as well. But you're facing some challenges when you do come together in the connection, and that's because right now this week you really need to be focused on yourselves with this Nine of Pentacles here, focused on your future, where you're going, right? A lot of the times when we get into connection with someone, then we tend to lose sight of that because we become so wrapped up in the other person. And this week, Spirit is saying, the more you do that, the more challenge and difficulty you'll experience. And that's because you're actually being called to focus on yourself, right? With the Page of Cups coming up, this may be something that you guys are actually discussing, maybe deciding to take some time apart, right? Deciding to, and it doesn't have to be for a long time, but just long enough so that you can get grounded in your own energy again. Let's see what the romance angels have to say about this. So we have flirt. We have you deserve love. And we have playfulness. Okay, so what that's telling me is it's been a little too heavy between you two right now, and you want to like lighten things up. There's room for things to be lightened up. Maybe you feel like you want to get out and just be in the world, not necessarily as a single person again, but you know how single people do. They go out, they have fun, they're free to be, right? Free to love, free to act. I feel like that's where the connection is at this time. That, that's the energy between you two, like just wanting to like let go of all of the heaviness that may have bogged down the connection and created this energy. So when we look at your energy, Sagittarius, you are coming up as the Queen of Wands, very confident and magnetic, and then also with the Libra card. So maybe you're dealing with the Libra, or you have some strong Libra placements. And then we have the Death card. So you're shifting, right? You're shifting into something that makes you feel more confident, more alive, and something that is better for you, right for you, and something, and to do that, you got to transition. You got to do something different. You got to try something new, right? Which may look like, getting outside of this connection, maybe even considering other connections at this time. That's definitely a possibility. Nothing wrong with it, but that's what it is. That's what's coming up. Your person is showing up as the sun, right? Their energy. The sun, things are being illuminated, growing. This is masculine energy, so maybe this is your divine masculine. And then we have the World card and the Knight of Pentacles. So they too have been in a process of doing a lot of soul growth work, really getting clear on things. The World card is about transformation as well. It's about, things coming to an end. So I feel like if you and your person aren't necessarily separating, there's something happening in the connection where a certain phase of it is coming to an end, right? And it's time for it to transform, transition, grow. And the way that can happen is through this, bringing more, like getting back to basics, being more flirty, right? Playing, lighthearted energy, having fun together, just having some fun. And if you're separated, then this means, getting out and, and I'm talking about like getting out as if that's something that, we can just do so effortlessly at this time. But, maybe you're doing, Zoom hangouts, virtual dates, play dates with your friends, things like that, just to lighten up the energy so that you can restore and replenish yourself to be able to deal with this connection. Because remember, we had you need to light up your creativity, and then we had the Patience card, right? So what I'm getting is, remember this also came out, Family of Light. What I'm getting for now this week, it's really best to let this connection hang in the spirit realm. Let your spiritual team take care of this, support this while you go out and have some fun, right? And live again. Like, you've been bogged down. You've been doing a lot of work on yourself, work on this connection, thinking about it at least. And Spirit is saying, you know, let it go for a while. Like, allow us to handle it while you take care of yourself in a way that you can be restored. So I also want to look at, you know, how does this person feel about you right now? How do you feel about them? So let's see what their feelings are about you at this time. So we have impatience, which is probably why the patience card showed up, which is probably why the card showed up about, you know, just being in more light-hearted energy, knowing that you deserve love, flirting, playfulness, because someone has lost their cool a little bit. They've gotten frustrated, this person. So let's see if we can get a little more information about why that is. Okay, look at that. Because they're questioning themselves. It's like, am I good enough? Something has happened where maybe they feel like no matter what they do in the connection, they feel like they're being wronged, misunderstood, right? And then we had, remember we had this that came out. So this is them. This is them, right? This is what's coming up. Maybe you are feeling like, you know, this isn't what it is you want at this time. What I'm picking up on is there's just a lot of imbalance and confusion and bumping of heads happening in the situation, and it's happening as a result of this person kind of being fed up, trying to figure out whether or not you know, they're good enough for you, and not feeling worthy to be, or worthy enough to be in the connection with you. So let's see what your energy is at this time, Sagittarius, around all of this. This is where they are, so let's see where you are. So we have miracle, right? So you're hoping for something better. You're calling something, you know, unexpected to show up. This is very hopeful. And speaks to that, you know, lighthearted energy that came up. Also speaks to the family of light, right? I love all the yellow in this card, and I believe that's solar plexus chakra. Okay, and so in your energy, this is what's coming up. Would you give me the chance to make things right between us? Which makes sense. That's why you're here, trying to figure it out, right? Because you want to work things out. So what I'm getting is you may have said something may have happened where you went off, flipped out, did something that was, you know, insensitive to this person. It made them feel like they weren't good enough, right? Made them question the connection, question themselves. And now you want to, like, you give anything to take that back. What else? What's the next card? Yep, look, forgiving and learning. You want to be forgiven. You know, you see now what you did wrong. And so what Spirit is saying is, you know, you really got to have a lot of patience with this, you know, and you got to lighten up. You can't really stress out about this, because stressing out about it is probably just going to make it worse, probably make something else happen that you don't want. But let's look at what you could potentially say to them that might help things. Okay, so it says, when you treat me this way, it feels like you don't respect me. Is that true? So that may be a question that you're holding right now, and that may have been what actually caused you to say or do whatever it is that made them feel like, you know, you didn't love them or that they weren't worthy of you. So that's something to consider. You know, maybe there's a conversation or something that you want to have. But first, remember, this is what the relationship could benefit from. You know, nothing heavy, allowing your person some time, maybe doing something nice for them, you know, not in a manipulative way, but, you know, in a cute, flirty, fun way. Maybe putting something together for you guys that feels like that, looks like that. So this is what I'm going to do. We are going to dig into more of some messages that you could bring forth to this person, some things you could do to really help this connection, you know, like bring it right side up again. We'll do that in the extended. We'll also get some advice for you, Sagittarius, because I really feel like you're hurting right now. You're like, oh my God, I messed up. And that's okay. Don't panic. We'll take care of it in the extended reading. The link for that is below. In the meantime, before you click off of here, go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you over in the extended. Peace.